Hey, this is Vik JC, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use Helium 10 for your Amazon FBA product research. I've also got a special guest with me today who's going to help me show you exactly how to use Helium 10, and I've also got some awesome discounts for you, so make sure you take advantage of those. Hey everyone, I wanted to introduce a brand new tool that I've been testing out recently, and I'm really liking it, but I wanted somebody from Helium 10, the product that I've just started to use it, to really introduce the product and help you to understand the product much better. So I'm just getting used to it. I'm already loving it. And I wanted to introduce you guys to Bradley from Helium 10. Bradley, over to you.
How's it going, guys? It's a pleasure to be on here. Where are you located exactly?
So I'm in the UK at the moment, so it's evening over here. I know you're in California, right?
Yes. What part of UK?
London. So just
Okay,
outside of London.
So which football team do you follow?
I don't watch football.
You might not want to say you might upset some of your audience, who might be from the rival.
I've got a global audience. I've got a global audience. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean we're here in Southern California where Helium 10, one of our offices is. We have an office in Texas as well, and but I'm here in the California.
Cool. So just so you know, Bradley, most of my audience is all about Jungle Scout Chrome extension and the Jungle Scout web app. And that's what I've been teaching within my course. That's what I've been teaching on my videos. But since I've been, using Helium 10, I've really started to get used to Helium 10 and start to understand, a little bit of the differences between Jungle Scout and Helium 10. So give an overview. What is Helium 10?
Well, Helium 10 is the largest Amazon suite of tools as far as the number of tools. It's an all-in-one suite. A lot of people try and compare us to others, companies, and a lot of the companies out there are great. I don't have anything negative really to say, but they're almost not really our competitors because there are tools that compete with certain tools that we have. But as a whole, there's really no other suite of tools like us, because we have over 20 tools. We're not just about product research. We're not just about validation. We have everything from reverse ASIN. We have a full financial analytics tool, that some people just pay software on its own.
Yeah.
We have alerts. I mean, we have something that is going out there and sending you a text message. If Amazon goes and changes your dimension, we're going out there and even taking screenshots of your listing every single day. And you can go back in history. I mean, we have stuff that almost nobody has. So some people ask, well, how do you compare to this? And how do you compare to that? In my opinion, there's no comparison because there's nobody like us. But at the same time, you will see certain tools in our suite that, people who have used some of the tools that you mentioned, would be familiar with because, similar in functionality, just slightly different. And, today we might go over some of those differences.
Yeah. So one of the things that I was really skeptical of when I first checked out Helium 10 was that, you know what, I'm so used to Jungle Scout. I don't really want to move over to another package and start changing the way I do things. But it wasn't that difficult. And one of the things that I found were really useful is that you've got everything all in one. And I think that's a huge benefit. So I use 3 or 4 Jungle Scout tools at the moment. There's 4 actually. So I use the Jungle Scout web app. I use the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. I use Fetcher, which is their accounting tool, which tells you all the information about how your products are doing overall as well, and breaks it down for you. And I also use JumpSend as well, so I can launch products and also get the automated email service from there. So and I had to sign up to 4 different products. So adding all of those up, and then
that was similar to me. Like before, I've only worked at Helium 10 for coming up on about 8 months or so now. But before, I was a consultant for Amazon sellers, and I actually personally launched over 400 products myself for 4 different people. I designed and launched, or not designed the product, but designed the listing. And I actually have been using Helium 10 for a while, but the short time before then, I wasn't using Helium 10. I was still doing my job. I had maybe 8 different Chrome extensions and like 6 different tools and subscriptions, and my computer was slow. I mean, my computer is slow as it is, but it was even more slow with all those Chrome extensions. But I thought that's what you had to do. I was like, I needed a keyword research tool. I needed a financial tool. I needed one, to estimate sales on Amazon. I needed one to find products. I needed one that was a alert system to let me know when somebody's trying to steal my bike. I mean, I needed all of those things. And then I came on to Helium 10 just for keyword tracking because I wasn't happy with one of the tools that I was using for keyword tracking. And I was like, oh my goodness, now I can like save some money here because instead of paying $250 for 8 different tools, you know, now I can just combine it all into one. My computer's faster now. I only have one Chrome extension, so for me, it was a lifesaver. And it's so funny that I just happen to end up they happen to be in the same state where I live. They would see me messaging on the board. I'm one of those guys who, when people go out there and give wrong information about Amazon or something, I'll like go and argue with them on Facebook. And so I was in their Facebook group a year ago arguing with people, showing them all these stats. It was the time when people would say, oh yeah, giveaways don't work or two-step URLs don't work. I'm like, dude, I do like 10 a week. And so I put all my stuff there like, who is this guy who's like kicking these guys butt? And so they're like, would you like to work for us? I'm like, oh really? Okay, cool, let's do it. So Here I am.
Nice. Cool. So I'm one of those people as well. I check out all the prices of everything and see which one's the best value as well. And when I added it up, in all honesty, it is quite cheap for what you get if you're using the tools. I got to be completely honest. I love to be honest with my.
If you don't use it at all, it's a ripoff.
Exactly. I mean, if you're only going to use just one of the tools, there's no point. But in all honesty, if you're going to launch a proper business,
but actually, there are people who do want maybe just the Chrome extension or just product research. Maybe they're not at the stage where they don't have a product, they need keyword tracking. And actually, because of that, we did start some like a la carte plans for people who did that. But very, very, very few customers do that, because if you're serious about selling on Amazon, you pretty much need everything.
Yeah, and it gets you to the product fast. It gets you analyzing it much quicker, much quicker. And for me, I don't use the word time is money, but I value my time massively. So if I can get to a product quickly, or if I can just if I find out that a product is not right for me, I'd rather learn sooner than later.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree.
So, Bradley, do you want to jump into the tool and give a quick overview of how to use the product research section of it?
Sure. So, finding a product to sell on Amazon, let me go ahead and see if I can share my screen here. All right. So, this interface, is very, very familiar to many. I mean, almost any product tool out there that's a product research tool, uses the same kind of logic, right? And that's because it works. Now, there's a couple things that are unique about ours. I'll go over those today. But first of all, one of the main features is our database of Amazon products is the largest out there. Has Casey ever told you, or anybody ever told you, how many products are in our database? Or if not, do you have a guess?
No, I just thought that most product research tools tend to analyze almost everything that's on Amazon, but I'm assuming that's next to.
Yeah, so like a lot of their databases are limited. Like maybe it's only products that are active right now, or only certain selling products. Our database has over 450 million products in it. It's the most products from Amazon in the database, other than Amazon itself. So basically, if it's out there, we're going to find it. And even if it's an item that has, like, let's say, gone out of stock in the last last few weeks or a month or something, it's still going to be in our database, and that's why it's superior to, if you're searching for a product on Amazon itself, you can only search for things on Amazon that are actually in stock and available. But here in our database, we've got it. So let's just say I'm going to do the musical instruments, musical instruments category. Cool. What I like to do is, I like to say, hey, something that's maybe selling at least $10,000 a month.
Yeah, that's usually what I recommend to my students. Yeah.
Yeah. And I try not to go too high on the price, but sometimes I like, if we can afford it, especially being the musical instrument category, I want to go like a little bit higher, just because that's going to take away some lower competition. Yeah. But if you guys have lower budgets and you're not in the musical instruments category, probably you would go maybe $15 to $25.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty about tools like this. There's no one way to do it. You do what works for you. If you're a millionaire, then maybe I would go after like the $80 products, because I know that there wouldn't be many competition. Review count, I like using this one because I like finding newer products. I don't want to be competing with a whole bunch of listings that have over 1,000 reviews. because I know it'd be hard for me to get clicks when I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reviews, and I'm competing with guys who have been on Amazon for years.
Yeah.
Another one sometimes I use is the review rating. You know, like, hey, show me the ones that people don't like. One that I believe might be unique to us is this images. So optimized images is very important in my opinion. So if I can find a listing that's doing well, you know, making $10,000 a month, but it only has like 4 images or less, then that to me is an opportunity. If I come in with an optimized listing, you know, full 7, 8 images right off the bat, I'm more attractive than that listing. So I like to, you know, take a look at that. So there's plenty more here, plenty more that I could use, but let's just start off with this and see if we can find anything interesting. So it came up with 20 products. So it looks into all the category of musical instruments, and there actually is 20 products that are making at least $10,000 a month, priced here, less than 100 reviews, and 4 images or less. So my next step is I start looking here. We have a lot of information about like the history of the sales. Like for example, we see the BSR, the monthly sales. This is an estimate based on their sales. So I can go here, click on it. I can actually see day by day the sales estimates all the way back to whenever they first started, you know, selling. So this particular product started selling July 2017, and they started selling like 6 a day, and now they're selling like 25 a day. Another cool thing, I could check the review history, like, you know, day by day, how many reviews are they getting? So this is going to go out there and check the number of reviews, and it's going to do that same day by day test that you saw over here.
Okay.
But right now, what I'm looking for is something that just catches my eye. Obviously, I don't want a brand name.
Yeah.
So like, and also I could have done this filter too, number of sellers. Because, you know, I'm sure you guys know the people who are watching, but sometimes you see something that has like 7 or 8 sellers. That could be like an arbitrage product or a wholesale product that people can like buy in the department store or something and resell.
Yeah.
So Audio Technica, I know that's a brand name. This might be something. So I'm going to take a look at this. I don't know about musical instruments really at all, but we'll take a look at that.
Yeah. So that looks like some sort of acoustic shelf, yeah.
Okay. All right. We got American classic wood tip drumsticks. Yeah. Interesting. We've got disco ball. That's interesting. One review. I'm going to take a look at that one. Just take a look. And Fender, I know that's a very famous brand name.
Yeah.
This cannot be a brand name. One seller. I'm going to take a look at this. So now let's just take a look at some of this stuff that I got here. Now, if you remember, I had said, hey, show me something 100 or less reviews. There it is. 100 reviews only. 3 images. Usually, I love using that image filter because what happens is if you're a pretty knowledgeable Amazon seller, you know you've got to have 6, 7, 8 images.
Yeah.
So if you're the kind of person who's only going to put 2 or 3 images, probably the rest of your listing is garbage too. And we see that right here. Like he only has 3 ugly images, and then look at his bullet points. I mean, it's just completely bare. All right. But again, what was this guy doing? This guy, was it this one? No. It was this one. So he's doing about $13,000 a month with this. So this might be interesting. I'm going to take a look at this. All right. What about this one? Disco ball. Brand new release. So this could be something, you know, this could be a seller from China, maybe doing some crazy launch. Yeah. But again, only 4 images. It's a brand new product. So that could be why he's selling really well, you know. Now his bullet points are, you know, fairly decent, a lot better than the other guy. But I might take a look at this one too, to take a look at this niche. Right. And then the last one, again, even though he has a video, he's got only 3 images. This image, there's no way that that's a real image. You know, I think they just photoshopped this thing in there. It's like hovering on the table.
That's definitely photoshopped.
Photoshopping. Job. Look at that.
Until you pointed it out, I couldn't see where it actually was.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they're not that great at making a listing because this is not what is a good listing. Their bullet points seem okay.
Yeah.
5-star review. So, you know, that's something that might dissuade me from getting in there if everybody else is 5-star. But it's promising that they only have 90 reviews. How many sales are they doing a month? They're doing over $20,000 a month. So the question is, though, when we're doing product research, and this is where we start. I've already shown you a couple things that might be unique to Helium 10, but where we start getting really unique is if we know that this product is making around X number of sales. I need to know where they might be getting their sales from, because if I am going to come out with a product that's like this, whatever they're getting their sales from, I'm pretty much going to have to get my sales from there too. So, I don't have to guess. I could probably guess that. Actually, I wouldn't know how to guess.
So I've got to be honest with you. I literally have had this question in my Facebook group like yesterday, and I answered the question and I said, look, some of these guys are going to have sales coming from places we have no idea where they're actually coming from. So I'm really interested in what you're about to say.
And it could be that it's a brand name too, because I don't know the music category. But we're going to find that out too. That will actually still show itself in this next test that I'm going to do. So I'm just curious. I want to know where this guy's sales is coming from. So I'm going to go to our tool Cerebro, which is reverse ASIN lookup tool.
So you've just taken his ASIN from the URL and you're pasting it into is that Cerebro? Is that how you pronounce it?
Exactly, Cerebro. So that's our reverse ASIN lookup tool. I'm going to hit get keywords. Now it's going to find all kinds of different keywords, probably hundreds, if not thousands of keywords, but I'm going to specifically narrow this down to what it's organically ranking for. So it came up with 500 keywords. So I'm just curious. I want to find out where it's organically ranking for. That means it's coming up in the top 306 positions on Amazon. All right. So which ones, first of all, are those? It's going to bring me down to 276 keywords. Now, here's a question for you, and I'm sure this is basic for most people, but just for the new people.
Yeah.
Here is a keyword here that seems like it could be relevant, and my mouse just died. Let me.
I was going to say, where are you pointing?
Yeah, here we go. All right, so let's take a look here at this word. Like, look at this. I mean, somebody might think, hey, cabinet shelves. This could be something that might be relevant. Wow, it's estimated search volume per month, 1,500. However, the rank, the organic position that it comes up, like if I actually search for this, I would have to go to the 277th position to find it. That is probably what? Page like 20 or no, page like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Now, when you're searching for something on Amazon, have you ever gotten to page 15 or 16 and said, oh, there's the product I was looking for?
No one gets past page 2.
Yeah, no one gets past page 2. So here's my question. Do you think, our mission here is we're trying to find what are some of the top converting keywords for this listing. Do you think they're getting a lot of sales from this keyword here?
So to my knowledge, I'd assume that they won't be getting anything from that.
Exactly. All right. So I want to see maybe where they're ranked on page 1 for. So I'm going to go 1 to 20. Let's see if there's any here. And it takes it from 276. And let's see. Now we're down to 70. Cool. But here's another one here. Here is a strange word here. Rack 19. Here's one that seems good. Rack mounts. Okay. They're on page 1, position 19. But the estimated search volume is only like maybe 3 per people a day even search for this. So would you think that they're getting a big number of their sales from this keyword too?
Highly doubt it.
Probably not. Yeah. So I'm going to put another one in here for search volume. So I want to see what keywords they're on page 1 for. And these keywords are searched for at least 500 times a month. Now take a look at this. Now let's take a look at this. And now we can see that probably this might be something about the brand name here, because look at this. I mean, this keyword doesn't even make any sense. When you rack shelf, what is this? I mean, I don't know. Or maybe if that's not a brand name, maybe that's just like some kind of terminology that people who know about these things do it. But right here, we have a list of a few words here. Take a look at this word. Rack shelf. That's actually searched for 10,000 times a month. And they're on page 1, like right in the middle of page 1. Now, do you think they're getting some of their sales from this keyword?
They're probably getting most of their sales there.
Probably most of it. Yeah. Here's another good one here. Server rack shelf.
Yeah.
You know, not searched for as much, but they're right there on page one. So
Yeah.
now the next step is, okay, if I think that one of these two are the main keywords, you know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to this one. Let's just say this one. I'm going to actually search for it on Amazon. And now I'm like, oh, there's that one U. Okay, so that it is like some kind of word here. So that tells me something right there. So now I'm looking here, and now, yes, this is definitely a very relevant keyword to this, because look at all the results visually look like it. And hey, isn't this our product here? Nave Point? Let me see. This is 19-inch 1U black. I think this is it right here, right? Yeah, there it is. Nave Point 19-inch. So there's the product that we were searching for. So now the question is, or actually this one is.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Because the reviews is 100. The other one only had 25 reviews. There it is right there. All right, so yeah, I can maybe compete with this guy because he doesn't have very many images and the listing looks ugly. So the question is, what is everybody else doing here on page one? So I'm going to hit X-ray, and that's our Chrome extension. As long as my Chrome browser, which I have 15 Chrome browsers open. There you go. All right, so I'm looking here, and this is again a format that might be very familiar. You know, regardless of whatever tool you use, most Chrome extensions usually give similar formats. One thing that I like about ours is it doesn't include the sponsored ads up here. I don't think. Let me just make sure. If I take this off, I'm going to take a look at these numbers up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see nothing changed up here. So other tools, they do that. And to me, that's kind of misleading, because if you're wondering about what this niche is doing, really what the sponsored ads are doing shouldn't concern you, because you could have any random product in the sponsored ads show up there.
Yeah.
What matters is what's the organic people? What's the people doing who are organically ranked on page one?
Yeah.
And so now the things that I look at is, some of the estimated sales. I look at the BSRs, if they're all too high. I look at the ratings. Like this, I actually don't like. Everybody's 4.5 or 5 almost. Yeah. So that doesn't mean that, you can't sell here, but it's just a little bit harder. Like if everybody was 3 stars or 3.5 and I came in with a 5-star product, well, that would give me an advantage. Here, I have no advantage.
Yeah. One of the things, I might be jumping the gun here. I don't know if you were going to go into it, but one of the things I can see straight away is under the sales trend next to revenue. You've got the trend already standing out over there, so it kind of shows, whether this is a seasonal product or it has peak periods.
Exactly. So you would be able to see that. You could go back a year, right? And then you could see, wow, actually this product only started in March of last year, and it was selling pretty high, but it's been kind of a downward all the way until, like, who knows? It's either seasonal because that's why it went, or maybe they went out of stock, around here.
Yeah.
But we can now see it on an upward trend, as you saw from that trend. So then you'll see a lot bigger changes, like if it was beach balls or Christmas tree ornaments or something like that, you would see a very clear thing. So that's a good point, that it helps you to see that seasonality.
Yeah.
And let me see if we have the review. This has review velocity. That's something I think that's semi-unique. This shows the number of reviews they've gotten in the last 30 days.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so I think a lot of the viewers who are probably watching this won't understand what review velocity, but for their benefit, what is that?
So basically, this shows how many reviews they've got in the last 30 days. Okay. So it looks like people are not reviewing these much, and I can actually see day by day the review count. Like, let's say, okay, right here, January 20 or January 30th, they had 215 reviews. And they must have gotten one review right here between January 30th and February 1st, because now they went up to 216.
Yeah.
This is also helpful because, as we know, sometimes Amazon takes away reviews from people. So you would have that visibility right here. It looks like they've never had reviews taken away. Otherwise, you'd see a big dip right here. And you can actually see the trend of their star rating. So, like, what you don't want is an X. You don't want their review rating going up, or the number of reviews going up and the review rating going down. Yeah.
So that blue line is how many reviews they have, and the green line is the average review rating, right?
Yes, exactly. Here's that images thing again. So this is kind of nice about this category. Look how many people only have like 3 or 4. Or here's one that says it only has 1 image. Let me take a look at that listing. Look at that. That's terrible. And they have Amazon's Choice.
And they got,
only
yeah.
have one image. That's insane. But you have that instant visibility right here of who has optimized listings or not. Also, if you're worried about the size, like maybe somebody might think, oh, is this a size? Yeah, this is actually a size 3.
Yeah.
And here's the dimensions right here. This is the dimensions of the package from Amazon that they're that they have assigned to it.
Yeah.
The weight, like, oh my goodness, 54 pounds for this one. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it will kill you on shipping. But so what I can see here, though, so for me, when I started using this and I started checking it out, and I'll be honest, I haven't gone through absolutely everything, and this is the reason why I wanted you on this call, so people can see, how to use it. But what I can see from the extension that you've got there is, as soon as you look at it, you can check out the products to really see which ones you want to eliminate. And you can see where the opportunities are actually sitting. So you can see the trends.
Yes.
So if everybody has 2-3 images on that first page, there's your first opportunity. If everyone's got really low reviews on that page, you can see your next opportunity. And then that's the one you want to go into, and you need to check it out and see, okay, is this the one for me? There's the opportunity. I should be looking at this.
Exactly, yeah. And this one that we just used, it's available in the U.S., also in Amazon Europe marketplaces. You can run the same test, but that's kind of the process. Obviously, to really find a product, I always suggest finding 15 or 20 of those, and then going out and trying to check the prices and everything. But that just shows you how fast it can be. And I don't know if I would do that one, but there was something there. That would have me look into it more, because nowadays I hear so many people saying, oh, it's too late to sell on Amazon, or there's no more opportunity. No. I mean, we just found 3. I didn't even have to look at the other 2. We just found possibly 3 of them right there in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, I think that's fantastic. I think so. One of the questions for for a lot of people that tend to come to me, and they ask the same thing for Jungle Scout, and I know they'll ask this question for Helium 10. How accurate is the data on Helium 10?
It's highly accurate. The things that are from Amazon are from Amazon. I mean, like, we show what the rank is. I mean, we're not making that up. I mean, that's actually where we detected that position at.
Yeah.
The things that are estimates, like sales estimates, we're very confident. Whenever I have tested it against other software, it's not like, 90% of the time Helium 10 is more accurate. No. But always it's more than 50%. Like usually between 60 and 70% of the time, the one that is more accurate is Helium 10 when comparing. If I have access to customer sales, I can actually compare. As with any tool, the more accurate it's going to get, the higher the sales.
Yeah.
So it's not Helium 10. The other tools, they're not designed to tell you exactly that a product is selling 2 units a day.
Yeah.
It's very well that if we say you're selling 2 units a day, it's really selling 6 units a day, and that means we're like 400% off or whatever. But that's not how these tools. I mean, why are you even searching products that are selling 2 units a day? You shouldn't be. You should be looking for the ones that are selling 10, 20, 30, 40 units a day, and that's what this is designed for. And when you are looking for those, it's very, very accurate as far as the sales estimates.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So when I first looked at this product, it looked really complicated. But I'm someone who picks up things quickly. Not everybody is like that. Not everyone's like me. People pick up different things in different ways. But I picked up quite quickly. But I know there's some people out there who probably saw that and thought, that's a lot to learn. That's a lot to take. Is there any support that you offer in training or teaching people how to use the platform?
We've got one of the most intense training detailed. Every single tool, like we were in Black Box, we were in Cerebro. Every single tool has this button up here called Learn.
Yeah.
Like, for example, here in Black Box, if I hit Learn, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos that go into detail, they go into detail on how to use it.
Yeah.
How to use it for product targeting. What each of these filters mean. So every single tool here, if I go to Cerebro, I have another Learn button up here, and then there's going to be another 10 or so videos right here that can be used. So we have very intense training. We've got 24-hour support. You can see this button right here for people who still have questions. They can connect with our customer service reps. You know, we've got email support. We do 2 live broadcasts a week. Actually, I'm the one who does those in our Facebook, our Helium 10 users Facebook group, where we call them AMAs, you know, Ask Me Anythings.
Yeah.
And we usually field between 50 and 100 questions every single episode on there about people with questions about Amazon, people with questions about Helium 10. You know, we get to all the questions right there too.
Okay, cool. So I wanted to make sure that the audience knows that we've got a discount available for you guys. I have a discount code for 10% off and a discount code for 50% off. Make sure you check out the links in the description. I'll also link you over to anything that Bradley might have as well. So you can go check out the Facebook group and all the stuff that he's mentioned in this video. So thanks so much, Bradley. Is there anything else you want to say?
Just make sure that you're ready to take me out to your favorite pub whenever I go to London.
Yeah, don't worry. I've got you in that. I got a list of pubs that it can take you to. Don't worry.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Bradley. Take care.
See you guys.
See ya.